One is that there's so much I can do in software, and there's so much availability that I can drive and so much functionality that I can drive in software, but the core attributes of what my end users want, performance and availability of the workloads that their enterprises need to be able to run, are very much still today something that is provided to them by the hardware stack underneath. And I think that over time that changes, that over time the dependence on hardware stacks, the dependence on having to, having to build infrastructure specifically to support the workloads will change, but in the short term, we're kind of two brains with it, right? We've got all of these workloads, the SAPs and Oracles of the world, that are really dependent on an infrastructure stack and a virtualization stack because the applications themselves don't know what sits under them. They're not aware of the infrastructure, they're not aware of the resiliency of the infrastructure. And then we've got this whole set of web scale applications, we've got this whole set of developed for infrastructure as a service applications that are capable of doing those sorts of things for themselves at the application layer. My job is to both facilitate that movement, right? We want to take things from a legacy hardware and software situation, and we want to be able to move those into infrastructure and applications that are more able to be run in the cloud, more able to be run on different types of platforms, on different types of application stacks. And then the second part of that is we need to take care of both of them. So in the short term, there's still applications that need to be run on hardware that is purpose-built to run those workloads. Nobody's using a software-defined stack in order to be able to run a multi-billion-dollar SAP instance. But we also need to take care of all of the the OpenStack type workloads, the AWS type workloads. So in the end, does the hardware matter anymore? Strategically, no. In the short term, it matters because we've got applications to take care of, and those applications are going to end up being the important part of what we do. From a VC standpoint, part of the fun, right, from the VC standpoint, part of the fun is identifying those workloads, working with the different customers who are doing things in different ways, and being able to show them, here's how we run lots of different types of workloads, here's how we run those workloads at the same time, here's how you leverage one platform to be able to suit everything. So in the long run, no, the hardware doesn't matter. In the short run, the software is driving our consumption of the hardware. And so I think as an industry, we'll continue to be able to do both of them at the same time. So again, thank you to the VMworld folks. Thank you to the EMC Elect sponsors. Thank you to the vBrownbag guys for the opportunity. And if anybody wants to follow up or anybody wants to have a conversation here at the conference or later on, I would be happy to. Thank you.